Hello, I'm Dr. Linda Harrison. For many years, my work has been dedicated to caring for our seniors, and I've seen firsthand how small lifestyle changes can make a world of difference in your daily comfort and long-term health. Today, I want to talk about something you probably do without a second thought: grabbing a handful of nuts. These tiny snacks, no bigger than your fingertip, can seem so innocent. But here's the part that might shock you. The specific nuts you choose can influence your prostate health more profoundly than many supplements or even some medications. You see, some nuts are brimming with powerful anti-inflammatory compounds that are essential for supporting a healthy prostate. These can help you sleep through the night without interruption and feel more energetic and strong during the day. However, other nuts can quietly trigger irritation and inflammation, making your nights restless with frequent bathroom trips and leaving your days feeling utterly exhausting. In this discussion, I'll reveal the 4 types of nuts you should consider avoiding if you want to find relief, and the 4 incredible nuts you should try to eat daily to keep your prostate in top shape. Please stick around, because one of these might be sitting in your pantry in places like Dallas or Denver right now. Now, a quick but important disclaimer. This information is for educational purposes only. While I am a doctor, I'm not your doctor, and this advice is not a replacement for a personal consultation with your healthcare provider. Every man's body and health situation is unique. If you are already experiencing bothersome prostate symptoms, it is crucial that you speak with your doctor before making any significant changes to your diet or lifestyle. So, let's dive into the first group: the 4 nuts that can quietly make existing prostate problems worse. Nut number 1, salted peanuts. Just picture it. It's a Saturday evening in autumn. You've settled into your favorite chair in your living room in Atlanta to watch the big game, and there's a large bowl of salted peanuts on the coffee table. Before the first quarter is over, you've eaten half the bowl. It feels completely harmless. After all, peanuts are a good source of protein, right? Here's the hidden problem. The very salt that makes those peanuts so addictive is also a major irritant for your bladder. A high-sodium diet forces your body to retain more fluid and significantly raises your blood pressure. For any man dealing with an enlarged prostate, that translates directly to one thing: more urgency and more trips to the bathroom, especially in the middle of the night. There's a common belief that all peanuts are healthy simply because they come from a plant. The truth, however, is that how they are prepared makes all the difference in the world. Unsalted, dry-roasted peanuts can be a decent snack in moderation, but the salted peanuts you find in a can or bag are an entirely different story. They quietly and systematically undo any potential benefits by overloading your system with sodium, putting unnecessary strain on your bladder and kidneys. If peanuts are your go-to snack, you don't have to give them up entirely. Just make a simple switch to the unsalted, dry-roasted versions and be mindful of your portion size. Keep it to a small handful, which is about 1 ounce. To make it a more balanced snack, try pairing them with a piece of fruit or some vegetable sticks instead of salty chips. Your bladder will certainly thank you for it later. Comment the word peanut if this is the one snack you find the hardest to resist. Nut number 2, candied or caramelized nuts. Think about the last time you walked through a state fair in Ohio or a holiday market in Chicago. That sweet, warm aroma of candied almonds or caramelized pecans is designed to pull you in. They look so tempting, warm, shiny, and sugary. It's incredibly hard to resist. You might even tell yourself, well, they're just nuts, so they can't be all that bad for me. But here's the catch. The moment you coat nuts in a layer of sugar, honey, or caramel, they stop behaving like a healthy food and start acting just like candy. The enormous amount of added sugar acts as fuel for inflammation throughout your body, and chronic inflammation is one of the biggest drivers of prostate enlargement, also known as benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH. This sugar rush also contributes to weight gain, particularly around the belly, which puts additional physical pressure on your bladder and worsens that frustrating nighttime urgency. Some men believe that using natural sweeteners like honey or maple syrup makes it a healthier choice. The truth is, whether it's refined white sugar, organic honey, or pure maple syrup, too much of any of them will still cause your blood sugar to spike and stir up inflammation. So, what's the smarter choice? Enjoy nuts in their natural, unadulterated form. If you're craving something sweet, try combining a small handful of plain almonds or walnuts with a few fresh berries like blueberries or raspberries. This way, you get the satisfying crunch and a touch of sweetness, plus a dose of powerful antioxidants that actually support and protect your prostate. Always check your labels too. You'd be surprised to learn that many honey-roasted nuts can contain as much sugar as a standard candy bar. Which do you crave more? Salty or sweet nuts? Share your answer below. Nut number 3. Processed mixed nuts with oils. Walk down the snack aisle in any supermarket, from Miami to Seattle, and you'll see them. Shiny cans or bags labeled deluxe mixed nuts. They look like the perfect, convenient snack. A variety of cashews, pecans, almonds, and peanuts all together. But if you take a moment to flip the container over and read the ingredients list, you'll often discover the real story. Roasted in vegetable oil, seasoned with salt. Here's why that small detail matters so much. Cheap, highly processed oils like soybean, corn, or palm oil, when heated to the high temperatures required for roasting, can break down and create inflammatory compounds. As we've discussed, inflammation is the last thing you want if you're already managing symptoms of an enlarged prostate. When you add in the extra sodium that most of these commercial mixes contain, your healthy snack suddenly becomes a source of bladder irritation that can lead to more nighttime wake-ups. The prevailing myth is that any bag of mixed nuts is automatically healthier than a bag of potato chips or cookies. The truth is, the preparation method is everything. A raw or dry roasted cashew is supportive of your health. That very same cashew, when fried in inflammatory oil and coated with salt, can quietly make your prostate symptoms significantly worse. What's the alternative? It's simple. Always choose raw or dry roasted mixed nuts that have no added oils or seasonings. Even better, take a few minutes to make your own custom mix at home. You can combine walnuts, almonds, pumpkin seeds, and maybe a Brazil nut or two. That way, you have complete control over exactly what goes into your body. Which kind of nut mix do you usually buy? Store-bought or homemade? Let me know in the comments. Nut number 4, cashews. Cashews are wonderfully creamy, incredibly versatile, and they seem to show up everywhere from trail mixes and Asian stir-fries to dairy-free ice creams and desserts. On the surface, they appear to be a perfect, healthy choice. But here's the truth you need to know. Eating too many cashews can quietly work against your prostate health in a couple of ways. The first issue is their calorie density. Cashews are very high in calories, and because of their delicious, mild flavor, it's incredibly easy to grab handful after handful without realizing just how many you've consumed. This can lead to weight gain, and extra weight, especially stubborn belly fat, is strongly linked to the worsening of prostate enlargement. Belly fat isn't just inactive weight. It actively produces inflammatory substances and can alter your hormones, both of which put more pressure on the bladder and lead to more nighttime urgency. There's also another factor to consider. Cashews are naturally high in compounds called oxalates. For some men, particularly those prone to them, a diet high in oxalates can increase the risk of developing kidney stones. The formation of these stones can place additional stress on an already sensitive urinary system, complicating prostate issues. A common myth is that since cashews feel lighter than peanuts, you can eat more of them without consequence. In reality, portion size is critical for all nuts. Cashews are perfectly fine in moderation. A sensible portion is about 8 to 10 nuts, which is roughly 1 ounce. Beyond that, you're likely taking in more calories than your body needs for a simple snack. Think of cashews as a treat, not an all-day snack to munch on. Pair a small portion with a piece of fruit or some vegetables, and you'll get to enjoy their creamy texture without overloading your system. If cashews are your weakness, type CASHEW in the comments so I know I'm not alone in loving them. So, we've now looked at the 4 types of nuts that can silently make your prostate problems worse. Salted peanuts, candied nuts, processed mixed nuts with oils, and too many cashews. But the good news is, avoiding those doesn't mean you have to give up nuts altogether. In fact, some nuts are packed with precisely the nutrients your prostate needs to stay calm, healthy, and function properly. These next four are the ones you should be aiming to eat every single day. They're not exotic, they don't require complicated recipes, and you can find them in any grocery store. Just a small handful can make a noticeable difference in how often you wake at night and how comfortable you feel throughout the day. Let's start with one of the absolute best: walnuts. Nut number one for a healthy prostate: walnuts. Think back to the last time you tossed a few walnuts onto your salad or stirred them into a bowl of oatmeal. It probably felt like a simple, minor add-on, right? But what you might not realize is that those crunchy, brain-shaped halves are performing some serious, beneficial work for your prostate. Walnuts are one of the very best plant-based sources of omega-3 fatty acids. These incredible healthy fats are renowned for their ability to calm down inflammation throughout the body. As we know, inflammation is a primary reason the prostate gland tends to swell as men get older. Less inflammation means less pressure on your bladder, leading to fewer frustrating trips to the bathroom at night. They also pack a powerful punch of antioxidants, including vitamin E and unique polyphenols that protect your prostate cells from something called oxidative stress. Think of it as putting a protective coat of armor around your cells, shielding them from damage and keeping them healthier for much longer. Here's a common worry I hear from my patients. But Dr. Harrison, aren't walnuts too fatty? The truth is, yes, they are high in fat, but it's the good kind of fat that your body and brain need to thrive. And because they are rich in fiber and protein, they help you feel full and satisfied. A small portion can actually prevent you from overeating other, less healthy foods later on. That's fantastic news for weight control, and maintaining a healthy weight is fundamental to supporting long-term prostate health. Here's a practical tip. Aim for about 7 whole walnut halves per day. That's roughly a 1-ounce serving. Sprinkle them into your morning oatmeal, add them to a salad for a satisfying crunch, or simply enjoy them as a standalone snack in the afternoon. Just be sure to choose the plain, raw versions and avoid the salted or candied varieties. Which way do you enjoy walnuts most? Plain or mixed into meals? Drop your answer in the comments. Nut number 2 for a healthy prostate: almonds. Almonds are arguably one of the easiest and most versatile nuts to incorporate into your daily routine. They're crunchy, satisfying, and absolutely packed with nutrients that directly support your prostate health. One of their biggest strengths is their high content of vitamin E, specifically the gamma-tocopherol form, which is a powerful antioxidant. This vitamin acts as a guardian for your prostate cells, protecting them from the daily onslaught of damage from free radicals. Over time, that consistent protection can help slow the cellular changes that cause urinary symptoms to worsen with age. Almonds also provide a generous amount of magnesium, a vital mineral that supports healthy muscle function all over your body, including the delicate muscles of your bladder and pelvic floor. Better bladder muscle control means fewer urgent dashes to the restroom and less straining when you urinate. When you add in their natural fiber, almonds also help to regulate your blood sugar levels. This is incredibly important because men with diabetes or metabolic issues often experience more severe prostate symptoms. Now, a lot of men think almonds are healthy, so I can eat as many as I want. Not quite. Just like other nuts, almonds are calorie-dense. Mindlessly eating them by the handful can add up very quickly and make it much harder to control your weight. And as we've established, extra weight around the belly is a known trigger for prostate issues. The sweet spot? Aim for about 20 to 25 almonds a day, which is roughly a 1-ounce serving. Enjoy them plain as a quick snack, toss them into oatmeal, or slice them over a salad for some added texture and crunch. Do you usually eat almonds as a snack, or do you prefer to add them into your meals? Share your answer below. Nut number 3 for a healthy prostate: pumpkin seeds. Pumpkin seeds, which are also called pepitas, may be small, but they are truly mighty when it comes to prostate health. For generations, long before modern medicine, they were used as a natural folk remedy for urinary problems in men, and it's wonderful to see that modern science has now validated that traditional wisdom. One of the standout nutrients in pumpkin seeds is zinc. Your prostate gland contains a higher concentration of zinc than almost any other part of the body. It's essential for its normal function, and studies have shown that low zinc levels are often linked with a higher risk of prostate enlargement. Eating pumpkin seeds is a fantastic way to help keep those zinc levels exactly where they need to be. They're also rich in phytosterols, which are natural plant compounds that have been shown in studies to help reduce prostate swelling and improve the flow of urine. Some clinical trials have even suggested that pumpkin seed oil can effectively ease symptoms, like a weak stream, frequent urination, and that frustrating nighttime urgency. And let's not forget, they are also a great source of magnesium and healthy fats, which help relax muscles and reduce irritation in the bladder. Together, these nutrients create a powerful, synergistic package for promoting urinary comfort. A common myth is that pumpkin seeds are just a seasonal treat for Halloween. The truth is, they are readily available year-round in most grocery stores, and adding them to your daily diet is incredibly easy. Try to have about 2 tablespoons of raw, unsalted pumpkin seeds a day. You can sprinkle them on salads, blend them into smoothies, or just eat them plain as a light and satisfying evening snack. Do you usually eat pumpkin seeds in a trail mix, or do you prefer to mix them into your meals? Let me know in the comments. Nut number 4 for a healthy prostate: Brazil nuts. Brazil nuts are large, creamy, and surprisingly powerful for your prostate health. Their secret weapon is an incredible concentration of selenium, a trace mineral that acts like a dedicated bodyguard for your cells. Selenium is a cornerstone of your body's antioxidant defense system. It helps protect the prostate from oxidative stress and may even help slow down the biological processes that cause the gland to enlarge with age. Here's the most remarkable part. Just 1 or 2 Brazil nuts a day can provide you with all the selenium your body needs. You read that right, just 1 or 2. That's why they're often called nature's supplement. But with Brazil nuts, moderation is absolutely critical. Consuming too much selenium can actually lead to a condition called selenosis, causing problems like fatigue, hair loss, or stomach upset. Beyond their selenium content, Brazil nuts also deliver beneficial amounts of zinc, magnesium, and healthy fats. These are all nutrients that work together to lower inflammation, help balance hormones, and keep your entire urinary system working more smoothly. Together, they make this unique nut one of the best natural allies you can have for your prostate health. There's a common misconception that if one of something is good, then a dozen must be better. This is absolutely not true with Brazil nuts. In this specific case, less really is more. Think of them as a daily supplement, not a snack to eat by the handful. 1 or 2 a day is the perfect amount. An easy way to add them to your routine is to keep a small jar of them in your kitchen. Grab one with your breakfast in the morning, or chop it up and sprinkle it into your oatmeal or yogurt. Do you already eat Brazil nuts? Or would this be a new addition for you? Share your answer below. Let's bring everything together with a quick recap to make sure it all sticks. We started with the 4 nuts that can quietly make your prostate symptoms worse. First, salted peanuts, because the extra sodium irritates the bladder and raises blood pressure. Second, candied or caramelized nuts, because the high sugar content fuels inflammation and contributes to belly fat. Third, processed mixed nuts with oils, because the cheap inflammatory oils and preservatives can trigger irritation. And fourth, cashews in excess, as their calorie density can lead to weight gain that worsens BPH symptoms. Then we moved on to the 4 powerhouse nuts you should try to eat every day. First, walnuts, which are rich in omega-3 seconds and antioxidants that actively fight inflammation. Second, almonds, which are high in vitamin E, magnesium, and fiber, to protect cells and support healthy bladder function. Third, pumpkin seeds, which are packed with zinc and phytosterols to directly support prostate function and urine flow. And fourth, Brazil nuts, nature's most potent source of selenium, which are incredibly powerful in a tiny serving of just 1 or 2 nuts a day. The most important lesson here is simple. Not all nuts are created equal when it comes to your health. Some can quietly make your nights harder and your days more stressful, while others actively support a healthier, more comfortable prostate. By making conscious choices, swapping the bad for the good, and always keeping your portions reasonable, you can turn your everyday snacking habits into a powerful tool for better sleep, stronger days, and long-term prostate health. Now that you know the 4 types of nuts that can make prostate problems worse, and the 4 you should be eating every day, the next step is simple. Start swapping. The next time you reach for a snack, replace the salted or candied mixes with a small handful of walnuts, almonds, pumpkin seeds, or even just 1 single Brazil nut. These small, seemingly insignificant daily choices are what add up over time to create quieter nights and a healthier prostate. To make this even easier for you, I've created a free prostate nut guide. It's a simple, one-page checklist with the nuts to avoid, the ones to eat, and the right serving sizes for each. If you'd like a copy, just type the word nuts in the comments below, and I'll send you the download link. The most valuable lesson to take away from our talk today is that you have more control over your health than you might think. It's not about drastic, overnight changes. It's about making small, consistent, and intelligent choices every single day. Swapping one type of nut for another seems minor, but when you do it consistently, you are actively building a foundation for better health for years to come. You are taking charge. I would also love to hear from you. Which nut do you snack on the most right now? And after watching this, which one will you start adding to your daily routine? Your answers and experiences in the comments can be a wonderful source of inspiration and support for other men who are dealing with the same struggles. If this video helped you in any way, please hit the like button, share it with a friend or family member who might benefit from it, and don't forget to subscribe for more practical health tips every week. In the next video, we'll cover the top 5 drinks for prostate health, so you'll know what to sip and what to skip. Thank you for your time.